Welcome back to Stinkh, everybody, and it's that time of year again. The time of year that only comes around once every 5 years. The time of year when old people try to convince you that if you don't vote, you simultaneously cut Jesus' slippers and crucify him anew while murdering a Brahmin and drinking alcohol on your way to Naraka. It's also that time of year when your favorite artist, influencer, or social media personality become puppets and court jesters by putting on party colors for the sole purpose of eating our food. But this is Trinidad, and we like Bacchanal. And the only thing we've shown to love more than Bacchanal is politics. And politicians know this. So they mix the Bacchanal with the politics. And therein lies the problem. You see, the resulting concoction of Babash does either have someone apologizing, someone being fired, or finding it difficult to pronounce the word black.
No, I said blank. Blank. I said blank. I said blanking. I said blank.
With that said, welcome back to Stinkh, and today we're going to count down the top 10 political rally Bacchanal speeches. Before we get started, are you a small business and want to build awareness of your brand? Well, consider becoming our channel sponsor. Sponsor a video of ours and you will get free advertising on our Instagram page with more than 21,000 followers, and simultaneously on our Facebook page with more than 24,000 followers. With a reach of over 1 million people, don't stick. Email us at stinkt@gmail.com. That's STINKHTT@gmail.com. Alright, back to the video. Number 10, let me introduce you to former PNM candidate for Dabadi O'Meara, Ansel Antoine, who we were unsure if he was leaving a travel review for the United States or was commenting on its inability to stop murdering unarmed black people, or he was just taking a page from Donald Trump's book.
America is a shithole country. Right? Sorry to say that, right? And we will have to make sure that we don't allow Americans to come in to trade. You know, all of them Americans who run, all trainers who run into America, and you just send back all the barrels and so forth. Make sure that you tell them to stay out of Trinidad for the rest of the year.
Either way, he was promptly withdrawn from the PNM slate of candidates for his remarks. I mean, how you can bad talk America, a place where Trinis go and rock back in a family member's basement hoping to be naturalized. Number 9, 2020 kill off real things and real people. But for some reason, it chose to bring back Jack Warner. And after years of being away from the political limelight, he reappears, just so, out of nowhere, like a bad case of genital herpes, and having once brought out a live goat on stage, which he called a Nancy, when he was mentioning former Attorney General Anand Ram Logan. Well, you know Jack, right? You know his mouth is not easy.
I want to say to you, Kamala said to Abdullah and me that she can't control corruption in the government. She will say, of course, that we lie. The same way she said that we lie, that she had a preference for same sex. When you use state resources for your lesbianism to appoint a girlfriend, Reshmi, and until the mark bus, Reshmi would have been with us today.
Number 8. Now usually when you're on the campaign trail, you try to get in as many insults and jabs aimed at your opponents in attempts to discredit them and place them in a bad light. And if I had to make a cardinal rule on what not to do on a political platform, it would be to not endorse the party you're running against. But in a strange version of reverse psychology, Rodney Charles basically cuts a promo for the PNM on a UNC stage.
Anybody, and the PNM party is the best party to take Trinidad and Tobago out of the morass and out of the nonsense and out of the stupidity that passes for governance in Trinidad.
Number 7. In his second appearance on this list, Jack Warner has a slip of the tongue. Intentionally or unwittingly, we really can't decide, because he doesn't really try to correct his mispronunciation of Rudal Munilal's name. Instead, he doubles down on it.
I spoke to Dr. Munilal. I spoke to Kunulal. Kunulal, whatever.
I think the best part of this whole thing is some stink buddy decided to do a remix to it, and I
tell you something.
Number 6. Picture this. You are a big, hard back man or woman, because, you know, some of our women back hard too, you know, from toting heavy market bags in the market on a Saturday morning. Listen, we don't discriminate here, right? I told you all that already. We don't discriminate here, right? And you live in Charlieville, so you go on to listen to your representative speak. In this case, it's UNC candidate Felicia Ishak. And during her speech, you come to the realization that you rather listen to 10 hours straight of the national anthem sung at the Carifesta closing ceremony on repeat. Then picture an even harder backed, slightly overzealous, but still very pushy woman tell you this.
Okay, we heard you, so shut up now.
I take offense to that.
For those who think I offended them with telling them to stop making noise while she was speaking, I say sorry. Is that okay?
Number 5. So Ole ever went to a wedding, and the time comes when the mic gets passed around. But anyone who wishes to say anything nice about the bride and the groom can do so. And you see some people get up, you know, and they try their best to string together big words. For instance, one time I remember attending a wedding where the grandfather of the groom, in his attempt to express just how valuable the groom was to the household, he called him the most impotent man in the house instead of important. And you know, it's not what a bride wants to hear on a wedding day. But you realize that there's an extra effort for one person in particular not to get the mic, and they absolutely refuse to let that person speak. You see that person? That is the person who have no cover for their mouth, and that person is former Agricultural Minister of Guyana and the ILP guest speaker, Jailal Kisoon.
Rum kill the breadwinner in the Kuli family.
Okay.
Black man give you back straight in Kuli.
Oh, wow, whoa.
UNC. What does it mean? United Nation of Kulis.
Alright, so...
Monkey. He ugly like Hanuman. Well, if he making money, pan white man, what wrong with that?
Could somebody cut off his mic? Hello? Anybody? No.
That is bullshit.
That's enough, Mr. Kisoon. No, stop it. Cut him off. Number 4. Boy, the way things going in 2020, you just don't know who or what side, or who in the closet, or who in somebody's closet, or who is a closet for somebody, if you know what I mean. So sometimes you have to make a statement. You have to draw a clear and concise line on where you stand. But the problem is, how do you get that message across?
The only thing that we can consider lesser is a bulla man.
No Muti, nah, you can't. No, you're coming a little too hard there, brother. Tone it down a little bit, right? Just see if you can turn it down.
The bulla man thing, I really don't do it.
Kenrick. So, A for effort, the melody is great, but the actual content though, a little too harsh. Alright? Paris, you want to take a chance?
And I want to let Rudal Munilal know, I am a proper heterosexual man who is interested in women. I feel a little bit uncomfortable with a man named Munilal calling my name whole day, whole night. I am telling Munilal I don't want his crush. Right?
Number 3. So you ever meet a man who does always lie on his own looks? He always saying he built that one, and he built this one, and he achieved this way, and he had that way, and he achieved a road stuck, and he basically beats you out like a road match. And then you talk to the girl he supposedly jammed, and she clears the air, and she says she doesn't even know him from nowhere.
I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Yeah, this is what I feel anti-cans do to Ganga Singh.
I am the only Minister of Public Utilities who drop in pipe all over this country.
You can tell you what is true, but I don't tell the truth. And the truth is, I can't tell you the size of that pipe because I ain't seen it yet. There's only one type I know about the man is Dr. Peters. I don't know about no nothing type.
Number 2, all you know, Uncle Ketos is not short on proverbial sayings from long time. I mean, when he said Auntie Kamala had pip, it was the first time plenty of us in my generation ever heard of it. I mean, we just thought it was probably a brand of rum or some kind of thing, right? Turns out it was a disease that fowls get. So it goes to show that Keith has been around domesticated farm animals for a little while. And not only farm animals alone, some house ones too.
And she could jump high, she could jump low. She could drink this, she could drink that. She could back on the dog, we could ignore she cat.
I'm just left with one burning question after watching that video. Is the cat fat or slim? Is it big or small? Hairy or well shaven? Or did she opt to go for the landing strip? I mean, comment below and tell us if you think Auntie Cam's cat have a landing strip. And at number 1, since it's the freshest thing in our mind, we have Auntie Cam's. Again, and bro, to be honest, she's been having a hard time doing these online rallies. I don't know if she misses the ambience of the crowd and the center punching in the air or on the upper lip, but she's been having a tough time recalling the names of areas in Trinidad.
I will call on the candidate for the marginal seat of St. Joseph Tableland, because tomorrow I shall be with young Saddam in the constituency of Barataria, San Juan.
And that leads us to our number 1 pick of the top Bacchanal speeches. We're gonna play it again and slow it down. Tell us what you heard by commenting below.
I know that some people are concerned, and in fact the black man on the other side, black man on the other side, black man on the other side, black man on the other side talked about kindergarten.
And that's it, guys, the top 10 political rally Bacchanal speeches. Do you remember any other speeches that politicians said or had? Comment below and tell us if you feel we left out one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but only if you feel it's better they just done away with this whole rally thing and let both sides have a proper cuss out and done. Until then, thanks for watching.